creative activities are very, very much important during your class, somewhere at least. First you should know what they already know. Then you need to connect that knowledge to the next level. It is like a string of understanding chains there, events. Have you heard of schema? Psychology? Schema. Existing. What the child already knows. So why do we need to know what the child knows?
Because to use that particular knowledge in your
You need to add up, because if the child doesn't know, you need to make the child know that first. If you're teaching them multiplication and all that, if the child doesn't know the tables, then how will you teach them? So you need to know what the child knows. Then you're going to connect it to the next level. Yes, known to unknown. Yes, now this is what we mean by those maxims of teaching. Known to unknown, then simple to complex, good. Inductive to deductive, easy to difficult, examples to definition, okay. General to specific, concrete to abstract. So these are the things that we need to know. Alright. Next we have explore. So what are the activities we can do for engaging? There is teacher behavior, there is student behavior.
Motivation.
So when you motivate, what will the child do?
Listen to relax.
See the next column alongside attentive. The child is attentive.
Yes, he listen.
So how will you create interest? By asking questions. So when you ask questions, what will the child do?
He will reply.
Answer the questions.
Tips.
Alright, now let's come to the explore. Experience key concepts, discover new skills, probe, inquire and question experiences, examine their thinking, establish relationships and understanding. So here you are actually making them understand relationship. That is what we are trying to see here. You are linking that part to the actual thing what you want to teach. So teacher is just acting as a facilitator, and students are going to do the activities. Teacher can ask good inquiry oriented questions, provide time for students to think and reflect, and teacher can encourage cooperative learning. So this is the time where you have to decide whether it is going to be a group activity or a pair work. And then when you're giving them, what will the child do? See the next column? Yeah, it should be actually working in the activities. Child becomes a good listener, shares ideas. Then the next one, come to the next one, explain. So everywhere you're just linking the knowledge to the new thing. Connect prior knowledge and background to new discoveries. So these new discoveries generally in which subject do you get? Science. Okay. But here you are discovering something new. Even in language class you can have a new discovery. So anything that a child is going to understand here, it's some kind of an enlightenment for the child, isn't it? So you're going to connect it there. Then communicate new understanding. Communicate informal language to formal language. So here you are encouraging students to explain their observations and findings in their own words. So what explain you see here? In other words, you are making the child explain. It is not the teacher explaining. So you have to elicit. On their own they will not come and explain. You have to give a platform to them. Only when you give some worksheets, give them some activities or ask them questions, they will be able to show that they know what they've understood. Okay? So it has to be a two-way approach. Teacher is going to ask, students are going to speak. Apply. No, your new learning is done. You can't just stop at that, okay, you've understood, okay, now I'm going to leave. No. You're going to make them apply the new learning where? In a similar situation. You have to give them some kind of a situation where you're using up that knowledge into a new one. If you're teaching them how to write dialogues, you have to give a different situation. Now doctor and Patient, one dialogue they've understood. Come on now, let us talk about teacher or a student or a banker or a bank clerk and a customer there. Yes? Or it could be a vegetable vendor and a customer. Simple things, depending upon the level of the child. So here, what is the child doing? You're making them use a previous learned situation as a vehicle to enhance additional learning. What do you mean by enhance? Increase. So you're making the child, encouraging the children to apply or extend the new concepts and skills. So you're going to make them use the terms or definitions or the new words that they've learned. And here in the third column, the child is actually applying these things in new situation. Then finally you have the evaluate. Evaluation is done to understand, assess the understanding. So it could be a self-evaluation, it could be peer evaluation, it could be by the teacher. What do you mean by this self, peer and teacher evaluation?
We can assess,
How will you do the self-evaluation?
we can estimate the child
How will you do the
by
self-evaluation?
seeing the student performance. We can estimate his
We are going to provide a similar situation.
Okay.
Suppose if I teaching pronunciation, I tell them to pronounce the word, and this I will not pronounce the word. I will use some recorded things and I put it in the classroom. The student can assess their pronunciation.
Okay, that could be one. Even in the language lab, you'll be doing self. But in the class, you don't have the recording facility. Self-evaluation, how will you do?
the activities of the students who can come to know in the middle portion of these three: explore and explanation, evaluation.
So you're going to give them a kind of a test, any work,
Yes,
and then you're going to give them the answers.
yes.
So checklist. So child will learn by himself or herself. Will come to know. Okay, I've made a mistake here. So who's got it right? Who's got all 10 correct? Where did you go make a mistake? How many wrongs did you get? So this kind of self-checking. Then what is the other one? Peer. So you do, like for example, dictation. You all take dictation and exchange the books and peer it. Okay, check it. Teacher evaluation.
One to student to
Teacher to student.
student to
So just like the interaction, the evaluation also could be in a three. It's in a three-way. So demonstrate understanding of new concept, then apply within problem situation. Show evidence of accomplishment. What do you mean by this? So evaluation is to show. It is you getting evidence that something is accomplished. What do you mean by accomplished? Achieved, reached, fulfilled, completed. So today's class, my learning outcome is this. Okay, I have to make the children understand this. So only by my evaluation, I will get to know whether I have reached that goal or not. So that is a sense of accomplishment I am going to get. Is this clear? Yes. So how will you get this assessment? Teacher can ask, observe student behavior. Now somebody was saying when they're doing we can observe. So when they're participating we can observe. Then you can ask open-ended questions also.
yes.
So what will the child do? The child answers open-ended questions. Child provides reasonable responses there or demonstrates. So how will the child demonstrate? Creative writing, good. Anything else? Then the morning session, assembly, you said, yesterday you learned how to write something creatively. So the teacher has given you some topic, given you the ideas and put you in some groups and each one was given a topic. Then it is not at that. You'll have to find out whether the group has written it well or not. Okay, so that is how you go around checking the work. Then performance, they can come and do role play. So when they do the role play, you will be easily able to understand whether the child has understood the story theme, story line at least, isn't it? Then Somebody said drawing. So whatever picture they've understood, then let them draw it and show. Yeah, it could be a mind map also. And something to do with the listening part. So as I'm trying to tell you, you get the picture, then you just put all these things in place. What have you understood there? So in the story, can you just depict it in the form of a picture? So different ways of assessment are there. Don't just restrict yourself to question answer. Alright? So at the end you just say conclude, okay children, in today's class you've learned all this. When you go home you're going to answer these questions. Your questions also, your homework question should be very interesting and creative. Don't just start question direct question, only direct question. It should be related to the lesson. Global question. Have you understood a thing? Heard of global question?
Yes, ma'am.
What is a global question? Global.
Acceptable average. Should be accepted.
Apply to everyone.
From your lesson, you can have some particular question based on some events there. If it is a long story, maybe two questions you'll ask from first paragraph, another two questions from second, another two from the third. But if you're asking one question for the entire story, that is a global question, not universally accepted. So global, you're treating the entire story as one unit. So what is the theme of the story? That is a global question. What is the theme of this poem? What is the poet trying to convey? That is a global question. So you should have varieties of questions. Yeah, that's a gist. And your questioning is very, very important. Your skill of questioning. Now, what are the different types of questions you can have?
Open-ended question.
Right there. I want all types of questions in your lesson plan. Simple, higher order, complicated, challenging. Only when you ask challenging questions, children will be able to think and answer. If the child cannot answer in the class, no problem, you will not lose marks. It will only show how much you are making the child think, how much you are making a child speak, use the language. That is very important. Yes, so simple questions.
Challenging question. Yes or no?
Yes. Challenging, yes or no.
Open-ended.
Open-ended. Factual question. What do you mean by factual?
Factual.
Only based on the information given. Just facts. What is the name of this person? Who was the father, mother, brother, sister? When was he born? Where did he go? How many apples did he eat? What is the name of the puppy? All these are factual questions. Why do you think the puppy behaved in this way? That is an open-ended question. So you have to ask both.
Reasoning.
Means open-ended questions, different kind of answers will receive.
Yes, any answer could be accepted, even if it is a very funny, silly answer. Because we want the child to use the language.
Attitude testing questions also comes
Yes,
under open.
you can ask these kind of questions and you should accept any answer. Because there is no one single answer to open-ended question.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that answer is not given in the text. I may look at it in different way,
in their
you may perceive it in a different
Yes.
way. So it is all perception related questions. What do you mean by prediction? We've done that in the previous class.
What would have happened next?
Guess. What would happen next? So predict the future. What do you predict generally? You don't predict the past. Future. So next, what do you think that child would have done next? What do you think the puppy will do now?
What would you do if
Where do you think the bird will go now? Because all the trees are gone.
What will you do if you are in this situation?
Yeah, that is a different one. So what will you do? No.
What is your
What do you think this character will do is a prediction.
Okay.
How will you react if you were in this situation? This is hypothetical. Write the word hypothetical. If you were in that position.
Yes.
Hypothetical. H-Y P-O-T-H-E-T-I-C-L. H-Y-P-O Thetical. T-H-E-T-I-C-A-L. Hypothetical. Put in brackets if. If you were in that position. If this had not happened. If the train was not delayed. Or if the train was delayed further. What if the train was cancelled? It's a railway announcement we did where the train was delayed by 1.5 hours. What if the train was cancelled? What are the more additional problems the passengers would face? So these kind of questions you should ask. So your class should be having a variety of exercises, variety of questions. Clear now? Okay. Then you match the following. All these things are there. Then find a word which is similar in meaning. Write that also. Find a word which is similar in meaning too. So these are all different varieties. You should incorporate all this. Find a word which is similar in meaning too. Now, for example, there is a word called arrive in your passage. So, what clue will you give here? Come. So, find a word in the passage which means the word come. So, they will search and then find out. Synonyms. Next is arranging in the chronological order. Very good.
Finding one
So-
word for the given phrase. Finding one word
For the given phrase, yeah. So rearranging the order of sequence. This also should be there. So whatever is needed, required, you have to do. Don't just use all these things wherever it is not needed. So this is just like a question bank. Okay, type bank. This is types of questions. Okay, then find one word, give one word for the phrase. Maybe for one sentence you can just give one here. Rhyming words is already there. For poetry you will have.
Draw the picture.
Now for poetry you have comprehension and appreciation. This is all very, very important. Write that. Poetry, in case you have a poetry lesson, comprehension. One is you need to understand. Only then you will appreciate. So comprehension plus appreciation. What do you mean by appreciation?
Appreciation means critical analysis. Praising the other.
Okay, praising the author, praising the situation there, praising the words the author has used. Theme, you could praise the theme itself. So you should have that kind of a subjective element where you are able to like it. Don't just ask, what is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this sentence? What is happening in the first stanza? What is happening in the second stanza? No. All those questions are comprehension. But appreciation, why do you think the poet has used this word instead of that? Which line do you like the most? Which phrase do you like the most? So these are all appreciation. You're making them enjoy. So enjoyment of poem is very important. Enjoy the poem. Then of course for enjoyment you need some figures of speech. Poetry is nothing but a beautiful choice of words, isn't it? Expression. So have you all understood now? Now just come to the next part here. There is a different type of explanation given in the other slide. Same engage, explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate. See here the white part. So capture students' interest, encourage, utilize hands-on or minds-on activity, students' explanation, formal introduction of important terms and introduction vocabulary. Then elaborate, you have designed to help students extend their understanding, apply knowledge to everyday lives. Then evaluate, students demonstrate that they have understood the lesson objective, discuss related questions, assess students' progress through observations. So either by observations or by making their activities, you're making them, or you're doing the assessment. Now each one of you just look into your topic quickly. Each group has got about 21 or 22 members? No. See in your group how many are there? You didn't get? Check it there. Group 1 has got 22, all other groups have got 21 members. Now this is a mixture, it is not the regular morning assembly groups are different. This is teaching practice group. Even for your oral exam, I think you will be having this teaching practice group only. Okay, I'll let you know that later. TP groups are given, no?
Yeah.
Yes. The first topic is answering simple questions. Now, for example, please listen. On characters, places, sequence of events in the story, etc. So, who is answering here? Student. How will you make them answer?
By asking.
Yes. So, either by answering questions or giving them words, filling it up. Now, somebody said flashcard. That's a very important word. What is the meaning of flashcard?
Flash.
Your name? Usha, what do you mean by flash? So, how long can you show a flashcard? You cannot give all the words and sentences and make them read. That is not a flashcard. That is a sentence card. That is just an ordinary TLM. Flashcard is you write something here, you just show and keep it there.
For a while.
Just for a while, you're just showing this. Okay, from this, and the whole class is seeing. Now, can you say this? What is written on this? There is something written. Last benches can't see. Okay, so you're just showing them the word. She's got. Stand up, please. Usha, see there.
Yes, ma'am.
That is a flashcard. Show quickly to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, fast. Show here. Only one is there. Okay, put it down. No. So, what are the words you saw there? Hiccups, pairing. 3 cards you showed. How many did you show? Ulta. So she's got 1. Aeroplane. Finish. Put it down. Down. Enough. So you're just showing it and keeping it there. Don't call every card as a flash card. Okay, so that concept you should get it clarified. Okay, so there are different ways of testing the comprehension. Then next topic you have listen to story, narration and comprehend. So the student is going to listen and comprehend. Third is introducing oneself. Hello, listen. Shh. Introducing oneself and talk to peers about life at home and school. Talks to peers should be, okay? One verb part. Introduces oneself and talks to peers about life at home and school. So this is purely speaking activity. Next is reading cartoons, comic strips with or without words independently and writes dialogue. So what do you mean the comic strip? Comic strip. Comics you have, no? It is not always humor in comedy. Any dialogues. Some conversations, some bubbles are given. So first you can show with the written part. Next part you can show without anything. Ask them to fill it up. Then listen to and communicates oral telephonic message. So this is purely listening and speaking. So you should design your activity in such a way that you are making the child listen to some conversation. So how will you introduce that? Through some games. You can have a whisper game and all that. And then finally, your actually telephone part should come somewhere here. Don't straight away start off here. Have you seen telephone children? No. What's the next topic? Reads posters and prepares one. So poster reading and preparing a poster. Then listen to simple instructions made in class or school and acts accordingly and writes a few new ones. So this is instruction. In the beginning we played some instruction activities here. Touch the board, do this and all that. Yes, you have to elaborate a little more on that. Then writes an informal letter. So you have to begin in such a way that the child is slowly made to learn how to write, and the writing part should be given more time. Don't go on asking questions there. So the child should learn how to write in the class, either as a group or individually. Letter writing. Then learns possessive pronouns in a contextual and integrated manner and frames grammatically correct sentences. What is here? Possessive pronouns. What are possessive pronouns? So straight away don't show for he it is his, for she it is hers. You have to create some activities where the child is learning. Don't ask, no, for his what will you write, children? If the child is answering, then there is no need for you to come and teach only. So you should assume that the child doesn't know this. So connect with the previous knowledge. So whatever the child has, you assume. So your assumptions are very important. You have to assume that the child knows something. So you have to mention here in a lesson plan assumptions. If you are teaching pronouns, the child should know what is a noun. If you are teaching adverb, the child should be knowing some verbs, isn't it? So that is the assumption. You have to mention the assumption there. Okay, then quickly, next one. Reads, approves and comprehends. Then learns vocabulary related to food, dress, festivals. So all those who have got vocabulary here, you are going to give them enough activities to learn more number of words. Quick.
Reads prose means you will give the topic or you have to.
You can select any topic. Very short passage, you as a teacher is going to select and make them read and understand. Then describes pictures orally and in writing. So here also you have to show them pictures, make them understand. Then prepares welcome speech or word of thanks for morning assembly. You have to make them learn this. Then learns grammar in context. It could be noun, verb, adjective or simple present, simple past. Then linkers. Where to use these linkers, then, after, so that. Yeah, conjunctions also, yeah. Then reads and writes a diary. So diary writing, simple diary writing. Then listen to audio video materials with or without subtitles and responds orally and in writing. So this is audio visual. Mainly you're testing there or developing their listening comprehension. Then interpreting tables, charts, diagrams. You don't have to do all. Just take some tables, railway timetable. You could take a railway timetable, or it could be a menu card, or it could be some pie chart, depending upon the level of the learner. Okay, so balanced diet. Now which food should get more quantity here, which type should be getting. So different things you can show them. Then recites, reads, comprehends and appreciates a poem. So poetry is here. Take a very short poem. Don't take a very long one. Okay? Yes, see 25 minutes class. You have to give justice to all that. Do justice. Then answer simple questions. Again, now this is all a repetition. So what are the things you will write? Your topic, quickly write there. Name first. Name, topic, class. So which class? That is very important. Okay, your name, your learning outcome. Topic is nothing but learning yellow. Just write it. Then what else you need to write? Class. Date. Duration, of course, 25 minutes. Then objectives. Objectives, very short, few objectives, 3 or 4, that's all. Particularly based on the learning outcome. In this class, the child is going to learn. Then, no, don't worry too much. Then TLM. Even your text is a TLM, okay? So props, realia, whatever you're going to write.
Class, any class we can select.
Primary class.
Any of the.
Till 8th standard. So maximum you take either 7th or 8th standard. Because everybody will be happily taking first standard and come and do nouns and go away.
Because informal letter is that primary.
Yeah.
one
7th or 8th standard.
We are all,
All of you either take either 7th or 8th.
we are all, most of them are teaching only 5th class. We are engaging in Telangana. Total only primary teachers, only 5th.
Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Because Telangana has got 5th standard here, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, here we are making you learn how to teach.
Yes.
Because you will not be restricted only to the primary school, you will get promotion, you go to high school. Sometimes syllabus will change, learning outcomes are all the same for all children. These are standard ones.